Garlic shrimp stir fry, quite possibly one of the foods that is highest on our food pyramid, followed by ice cream and Go-Gurt. Today, I'm going to show you how to make it using all these ingredients. So first, let's prepare the shrimp. We're going to do a pinch of salt, and a pinch of pepper. And then we're going to go ahead and mix that up so everything gets coated. Let's move on to our vegetables. We're going to start with the carrot. We want to cut this into matchstick sizes. So we're going to slice it on the bias to get larger pieces, thinly of course. And then we're going to line it up and julienne into nice matchstick sizes. Perfect. Now let's do the celery. This stalk of celery was quite big, so I decided to slice it in half. And then we're just gonna thinly slice it. Make sure you get your nice bear claw on it. Perfect. Finally, we have half of a white onion. Now what I'm doing is I am slicing this going around the onion so I can retain its layers. Because the idea here is I want it in strips. And I'm doing it decently thin. And then we're just going to cut it into thirds. So that way the pieces are the same size as our matchstick carrots and celery. And make sure you break them apart. That's important. All right. Let's move this aside and do our sauce. We're going to need 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Then we're going to go ahead and stir these together. The reason why we are stirring these together now to dissolve the cornstarch completely into the soy sauce is because when you add the thicker ingredients, it tends to clump up with the cornstarch and the cornstarch won't fully get dissolved. So make sure you do this. It is important for your sauce to turn out correctly. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you. Next up, we have 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. And 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. And my optional ingredient, a tablespoon of garlic chili sauce, just to give it a kick. And 1 cup of water. Now we're gonna mix this all up. Just watch it move. Meditate on the music while you see the water flowing back and forth, ebbing ever so closely to the edge. That's going to be a good sauce. Make sure you get those clumps. Like I said, those thicker sauces like to clump up. So you want to make sure you mix it thoroughly. And there we go. All right, onwards to the shrimp. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of sesame oil in my pan. And I'm adding minced garlic. That's about 8 cloves of garlic. And then we're doing half a teaspoon of ginger powder. Or you could do 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger that's minced up. That would work as well. Now we're adding our garlic. Or I mean our shrimp. It's so delicious, I stumbled on my words. Now we want to cook this until it's pink. This is on high heat, of course. So this should only take a couple minutes. We want to leave it to be a little bit translucent. So like almost completely cooked, but not quite. We want it close to being completely done. What we're going to do now is we are going to take it out of the pan, leaving as much of the oil as we can in the pan. And now we are going to do all of our vegetables. So here I have my 12 ounces of blanched broccoli, and it's been blanched for 2 minutes. And then the vegetables we chopped. And when you blanch your broccoli, make sure after you take it out of the hot water, put it in an ice bath or let it cool down. That's important, so it doesn't get mushy. All right, I'm adding a little bit more sesame oil here just because my pan looked a little bit dry. And then we're going to cook this for about a minute. And I did turn the heat down to a medium high. You may want to like fluctuate it as you go. All right, now we're adding the sauce. I'm mixing it just to make sure it's all completely incorporated. Nothing's at the bottom of the bowl. And then we're just going to go ahead and pour it on. Make sure you mix up all the veggies, get them all coated in this nice sauce. The water that we added will evaporate, and the cornstarch will help the sauce thicken, but it will take a little bit of time. So I'm gonna let this cook for another minute, and then we're gonna add our shrimp. Get all those bits of garlic in there. And go ahead and just mix it up. And this is gonna cook for another 2 minutes or so. You want it to look like the sauce is really thick, like it is here. That is the perfect consistency. Now it's about time to plate. You can serve this on noodles like I've done here. I cooked these noodles al dente and then added sesame oil to them, which looks amazing. Or you can serve it over rice. Or you can eat it plain, however you want it. Like I said, I'm not your mother. Gotta get that broccoli for sure. Now part of the process is to pick up the plate and make sure you move the food around from side to side. The danger is fun, and it's all a part of making this dish. Once you feel you've had enough danger, go ahead and set it down and add a topping. I chose sunflower seeds, which makes it taste amazing. Enjoy!